As we start a new year, you may be setting a goal to get control of your finances. Timolin Langin is the author of Mind Over Money, How to Live Like a Millionaire on Any Budget. She's joining us this morning with tips on how to manage our money. Timolin, good morning. Great to see you.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Well, the first thing I told you is true. I want to know how to live like a millionaire on my budget, so that's why we have you here today. You've got some great tips on that.
Well, I would love to help you do just that. And the first tip is actually to shift your views about money.
Okay.
And to think to yourself, what does living like a millionaire look like for you?
All right. So this is an interesting concept. I need to shift my views. So how do we go about doing that?
Okay. So you decide, okay, what does it look like for you? Because for me, everyone has a passion. Everyone's got something that they're very passionate about. So living like a millionaire looks different for every single person. Even the amount of money you need to live like a millionaire looks different. For some people, it can be $10,000 a year, and for others, it can be $10 million a year.
Right.
So the most important thing is to determine what it is you want. What is it that you are passionate about? And then pursue that passion, because I really do think in doing that, that helps you to feel good about yourself and good about what it is you're trying to achieve, and that is how you live like a millionaire on your budget.
Absolutely. Now, the next step in the process is to get a clear financial picture. What's that all about, Timolin?
Now, that is where we have to look at that B word, and sometimes we get a little nervous when we hear the word budget. But budget is not something to be intimidated about. Really and truly, all it is that you're looking at your wants, you're looking at your needs, you're looking at your expenses, your incomes, and then creating a plan to achieve those goals. And I think that we as working people just have to be strategic with our money. And I think that's the most important thing. By being strategic with our money, we can live the life of our dreams.
Yeah, a lot of people have strategies for a lot of things they're going out and doing, but not always when it comes to that ever important what you're doing with your finances. Let's move on to step 3, which is saving secrets. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh, you can have everything you want. You simply have to save and plan for it. That's all it is, strategic planning. I love to travel. I'm a huge women's tennis fan, and my goal is to go to all the majors. Well, in January of this year, 2017, I got to go to the Australian Open. And it was really cool. And I got to see my favorite tennis players play, a pregnant Serena Williams and Venus Williams. And did I sit in the boonies? No, I sat on the front row. And at the end of that event, Serena looked into my eyes and gazed. And I am still on cloud 9 from that. So I do that by basically, I've got a plan, I create the plan, and then I think about, okay, what does it take to make this dream come true? I've got to consider accommodations, I've got to consider airfare, and I've got to consider food and entry into the events. And I really just back up from there and then start putting money aside for recreation. And I do think we have to save for the things we love. And I think we save for the 4 R's. 4 R's, obviously reality, everyday life, everyday expenses. And then there's recreation, because we want to enjoy our life. It's no fun. Living a life of deprivation is not fun. And it's certainly not living like a millionaire on your budget. So we plan for recreation. And then, of course, we will have to retire one day. So we need to give that some consideration as well. And then a rainy day fund. And
That's always smart to have that rainy day fund. Now, I want to ask you personally how you got to this point where you developed all these concepts and put them into action. You were born and raised in Mississippi. Now you're living out in LA. Tell us how you came to this point to have all these financial tips.
Well, it goes back to living here in Mississippi. I come from a family of sharecroppers and cooks. People who had very modest means, but they were really sound and practical with what they had. They managed money very well. My big mama, whom I talk about in this book, I love her dearly. And as a matter of fact, I'm headed to see her when I leave here today.
Shout out to Big Mama.
Shout out to Big Mama. I love you. And so basically she taught me wisdom and strategies that I've used today. And basically, you know, save 10% of everything you get. And sometimes that can be daunting. So for your viewers, I offer a simple tip. Save your coins. Just put aside your coins, and that way it's not stressful. It's easy to do, because I think that this should be fun. We often think of money management as being boring and tedious, but let's make it fun, which is what we're trying to do. So just set aside coins, put them away in your bottles or your jugs, which is what I do. And you'll be surprised that you'll have $500 to $1,000 saved at the end of the year just by saving your coins.
Now, we've got your book. Tell us about that. You got it in your lap right now. Tell us about this book.
Well, Mind Over Money, How to Live Like a Millionaire, that was born out of a desire to show people, working people like us, how to live your best life and how to be strategic with the money you already have to get the things you want in life, to live the life of your dreams, to live that. You know, our goal is for you to live your life by design, not default.
Now, if people want to learn more about the book, pick up a copy, or see more about what you're doing, how can they follow you, Timolin?
Oh, please reach out to me. I love to be in touch with people. You can reach me at livelikeamillionairenow.com. That's livelikeamillionairenow.com, and I do respond to people. I will respond, and we've got some great things coming up for you in 2018 that will make this a fun journey.
Very exciting. Some really fantastic tips. We're going to have more about Timolin and her book online on the Studio 10 tab on Fox 10.